is this game? By the way, fuck y'all. But yeah, what even is this game? And fuck all of you, motherfuckers. Yes, my controller works. Suck my dick, bitch. All of you. All of you motherfuckers. 1440p, 120 FPS, and all of you are a bunch of cock-sucking motherfuckers. Got it? Alright, so it full screen, but it's not full screen. Alright. So we got the good graphics going.
Immortality has always been humanity's deepest desire, especially in an age of death, magic, and monsters.
Oh,
This family
monsters.
was no different, fighting giant beasts in their desperate search for eternal life. After a long journey full of hardships, they found a magical portal hidden in the ruins of an ancient civilization. But when they stepped through, they learned the truth. Immortality was a curse, forced to live in an endless loop. Can they break free from this torment, or will they simply surrender to it?
So we're immortal now? That's what happened? Oh, you get to pick the mother, the daughter, Gabriel, the father. So we gotta go with the son. That's the only one I can go with right now. Alright, so how does this game work then? So I select it. That's all I could have chosen. Follow my steps. You may find what you are after, or we might meet again very soon. Hold up. Let's turn the brightness up a little more. This game's pretty dark. There we go. Why? Oops. Oh, so yeah, later in the game I'll be able to pick the other characters. Follow my steps, you may find what after, or we may meet again very soon. Yeah, sure. Very unique art style. It's kind of like Diablo, but with Borderlands. It's kind of like Diablo mixed with Borderlands type graphics. Let me just plug in my headset real quick. I don't want this to die while I'm playing this. So this game is made in Unity. Most games made in Unity are trash, so hopefully this game is not trash. Alright, let's go in here. Hey there, Loop Dweller, you better warm up before attempting to escape. Foes are not gentle out there. Okay. What do you want me to do? Oh, LB. Yeah, there's like a special attack. Oh shit. Hold on, I should turn the bitrate down for this game, man. I think that's why I'm running into issues. I do not need that high of a bitrate for this stream. Probably only need like 21. Will it actually do it though? Let's see, it doesn't go down. I think I can just restart the stream. One sec. Alright. So yeah, I just restarted the stream there. Nice. Alright, let's continue to play the game. You do not need a high bitrate for a game like this. Where am I supposed to go? Maybe they want me to do dash attack? Oh yeah, they want me to do like this tutorial thing. I see. Interesting. I just did do that. shit doesn't work. Oh, you gotta release it. I see. Right? Okay. You need to get the right timing on it. You have the fists of a survivor. Better not forget what you've learned here, buddy. Good luck. Alright. Oh, what's this? You have to pick a deal at the beginning of each room. This is the buff you'll get if you pick this card. Get a powerful skill, enemies enrage and get stronger when their pals die. Oh. This will be the curse you bring upon the room. Now choose wisely. A giant enemy with superpowers will appear in the room, or enemies enrage and get stronger when their pals die. I guess I'll go with the first one. They both say they have the same difficulty. I kind of want to try mini boss, honestly. Oh, flaming pumpkin. You plant a magical seed which grows into a pumpkin turret that spits fire projectiles, dealing 40 damage and burning enemies hit. Summon a massive ice meteor from the sky, dealing 140. I don't know, the pumpkin one sounds cool. Ice meteor is pretty cool too. I'm gonna do pumpkin. How do I activate it though? Oh, like this. Oh, I just activated it, but something happened. It didn't work. Oh no, it did work. Oh, what? Okay, let's go around here. Ow. Oh, that did a lot of damage, huh? Perfect. Ooh. Come on, get him. Okay. Alright, let's go. Increase movement speed by 6%. C55. What is blue essence? Oh. Oh. Oh, perfect. Let's go. Okay. Where do I go to from here? Probably down here. Let me just look around. Increase critical chance by 5%. Enchant yourself with an ancient relic. What is an ancient relic? Enemy barrier. Your first attack against enemies are absorbed by a cursed shield. Oh man. I kind of want to try the ancient relic thing. But I'm running low on health. I'm gonna go for the ancient relic, but I might die. If you apply burn effect to 5 different enemies, you create a fire spirit shooting fire. Huh. Oh shit, this is gonna be hard. Oh. Oh my god. How did I get out there without getting hit? I don't even know. Whoa. How did I get hit? Oh, those stupid things come out. I didn't even know that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Yeah, this is way too hard. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. Oh no, it's doing that attack. Oh! I got the big guy. Just this guy. Oh, I actually won this? That was pretty hard. So I got an ancient relic now. How do I heal? There's no healing in this game? Oh my god. Oh no, there's more? I'm so dead. How am I still alive? That makes no sense. Actually, sprouts in the room. Goes a heal opponent each time you enter the room. Oh no. Oh my god! Oh my god! No, this is insane. How the fuck am I even supposed to beat this? Oh no. Oh my god, bro. I don't know how I'm gonna beat that. How am I gonna beat that? What does blue essence do? What's this? Hi, hi, hi. As expected, we meet again. You might need my craft to survive in this madness. Repair the wishing roll. Wreck needs to be repaired. Okay. You have restored the well. Now remember to draw your powers from it wisely. Sure. What do we got? Attacking enemies from behind deals 10% additional damage. Alright. That's all I get. Okay, let's go back down, I guess. Get a powerful skill. Enemies enrage and get stronger when their pals die. Glacial protection. Come on, get him. Come on. Got him. Oh. I just froze him. A magical tree sprouts in the room, grows a heal. Oh, that's pretty useful. Yeah, the plant one. What the fuck? What is that red thing? I did not know there would be a red thing in here. I was not expecting that. It's... What the fuck is it? It keeps doing so much damage to me. It like chases me down? Oh shit. What's it doing? It chases that thing around? How am I supposed to take him out? I'm gonna get hit. Oh shit. Fuck. I don't like that red thing. Oh. I didn't lose too much health. Enchant yourself with an ancient relic. That didn't do anything last time though. Increase attack damage, I guess. Oh. The red thing is back. Shit, the red thing's back. Oh, I'm getting wrecked. I'm dead. Oh my god. What is with that red thing? It's terrible. What if I use my shield? That protects against it. Nice. Increase maximum health by 25. Well, that's not... Do I get the health? I'll go with the gold coins, I guess. This can't end well. No way I get through this round. Oh shit. I went blind for a second there. Oh no. Oh, I thought I had a shield on. So that shield... How long does that shield last? I'm one hit away from dying. And I gotta take out the boss with the red thing around it? That's... Oh no. I think his shield is almost down though. Oh no, the red thing hit me. Yeah, I'm at 1 HP. Oh no, I'm so dead. I made it, but I have 1 health. I'm not gonna get through the next round. Oh, healing portal? You'll be teleported to a sacred altar where you can heal your wounds? What? To full health? No way. Full health? That's not full health. Okay. I keep forgetting you can dash. I need to remember to dash. That's really important. Dashing is probably the key in this game. See, look at that. Yeah, I need to start dashing more. Shit, how many of them is there? Got him! Let's go. Hi, it's me, Dark on Blocks. By the way, it's been... Oh, what's up, Dark on Blocks? I reached 82 subs. Nice. Nice job. You will be teleported to the loot merchant shop to trade for gold. I get 55 blue essence. Oh my god. Oh yeah, the healing tree! I have the healing tree over here. I forgot about... I have the healing tree. Nice, 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 nice. Really solid. Really solid lineup here. Get it going. I'm only at 24 health though. That's not good. Oh, I got that flame head following me. That's not good. Oh, I got the big guy out. Oh my god! No, 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 no! Oh. Oh. Got him. Huh. Got him. How did I get hit? Oh my god! Oh, stupid mechanics of this game. Stupid mechanics. I was behind the wall, but it didn't let me. Don't have any more wishes. Can buy one? What the hell? Weird. Okay. I mean, the game's decent, I guess. I'll probably play it again. But it gets boring pretty fast. Aslan! Aslan. AI Limit Deluxe Edition? What is this? Yo, this looks pretty cool. Huh. Structured like them, but a lot easier. Oh, it's like a Dark Souls type game. What the fuck is this? Okay, that's pretty odd. No, Aslan, get out of here! How would I even get Wither and Waves? How would I even get it on here? No, Aslan. Meow, 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 yes. Whatever, Aslan. Aslan! What looks fun? The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. No. I can't believe they have Final Fantasy 16. What should I get, Aslan? Meow. I can't find anything. Aslan. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh no. Sure. Sure. That's what we'll do, I guess, Aslan. What do you think about that, Aslan? Aslan! No, Aslan! What did you just do, you motherfucker? It's all your fault, Aslan. Copy link. Create torrent. Oh no, add torrent. Here, there, 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 like that. Yeah. Fine. Aslan, see, Aslan, you are a fuck. This just proves it, Aslan, you are a fuck.
Yeah, this my beat. Yeah, I made it on the phone. This is my beat, yes. Thank you. What you say? These are all my beats. Oh yeah, that was a sample. I know that was funny, right? That was a sample. I was like, that's my phone. That's funny, yeah.
Aslan, what is this trash? This is trash. You know that, right? Anything good on tonight? Aslan. What do you want, Aslan? Sure, Aslan, whatever. Alright. What did Diddy do to Justin Bieber?
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
It's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. What do you mean by that, sir? Why exactly was Diddy, one of the most powerful men in music, spending 2 days with a 15-year-old Justin Bieber? And why couldn't they talk about what they were doing? Those are some very good questions, and the more you look into it, the weirder it gets. See, Diddy is no stranger to questionable relationships, and today he's at the center of multiple lawsuits and shocking accusations. People have dissected his connections to countless celebrities over the years, but what's rarely discussed is the relationship he built with a teenage Justin Bieber. Pop star Justin Bieber has been in the spotlight since he was a teenager. His rise to fame started in 2008 when music manager Scooter Braun discovered him on YouTube at just 13 years old.
And I know this much is true.
Whoa, no, 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 no.
No. I'm so strung out on you, baby, you.
No.
Recognizing his raw talent, Scooter Braun brought a 14-year-old Justin Bieber to Atlanta, where he eventually met Usher. Together, Scooter Braun and Usher created a joint venture record label and officially signed Justin Bieber.
And he's always kidding around as he is right now. And that was the beginning of history. Ain't that right?
What? Yeah. Yes.
Justin Bieber and Usher quickly built a strong bond. Usher took Justin under his wing, helping guide his career as he transitioned from an internet sensation to a global star. By 2010, Justin Bieber's career skyrocketed, selling out stadiums, topping charts, and becoming one of the biggest pop stars in the world at a very young age. But while most people remember his swift rise, what often goes overlooked is who he was surrounded by in those early years. And that's where Diddy comes into the equation. See, most of the adults around Justin Bieber at the time were directly connected to his music career. Usher, for example, wasn't just a mentor. He was someone who gave Bieber a blueprint for navigating the industry, helping him transition from a viral sensation to a polished artist. But as far as Diddy's involvement, well, that was a little different. The moment Diddy found out about Justin Bieber, he took a keen interest in him, unlike Usher, who mentored Bieber from a musical standpoint. Diddy's fascination seemed a little extra. It wasn't just about the music. It was about access, influence, and something else that didn't quite fit the mold of a typical industry cosign. And to make it even more intriguing, Diddy promised Bieber something most 15-year-olds could only dream of, a white Lamborghini Aventador.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time. Yeah, it's gonna be yours. It's a little dusty.
At the time of this video, Diddy was promoting his album Last Train to Paris, Aventador.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time. Yeah, it's gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know.
At the time of this video, Diddy was promoting his album Last Train to Paris, a project from his musical trio, Dirty Money, which included Diddy himself, Kalena Harper, and Don Richer. Because Justin at the time was rapidly rising to fame, a lot of people assumed Diddy's interest in him was just a promotional move, aligning himself with the hottest new star to stay relevant. But here's where things get interesting. This wasn't the first time Diddy took a young singer under his wing. Back in the 90s, Usher, as a teenager, actually lived with Diddy in New York while learning the music business.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
And now, years later, history seemed to be repeating itself. Except this time, the new teenage star was Justin Bieber. By early 2010, Diddy and Justin Bieber started appearing together more frequently at major music industry events. Their relationship seemed to grow over time, and most people didn't think much of it. After all, Diddy himself described their connection as just a friendship. About a year later, Justin and Diddy were seen together in the studio, where Diddy questioned why Bieber hadn't been reaching out to him lately. This was at the peak of Justin Bieber's initial success.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
But Diddy's involvement with Bieber went beyond just public appearances. He wasn't just co-signing the hottest new artist. He was bringing Justin into his personal world, and he made sure everyone knew just how much he valued their relationship.
In the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person besides his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
In an interview with Jimmy Kimmel from 2011, Diddy publicly praised Bieber, but the way he talked about him left people with more questions than answers. Diddy publicly embraced Justin as one of the greatest kids you could ever know. But what exactly did he mean by that? Well, only P. Diddy knew. In this 2011 interview with Jimmy Kimmel, Diddy, while Bieber was still a teenager, jokingly stated that they didn't discuss what they do together behind the scenes on TV. But that wasn't all. He also mentioned that Bieber had access to his house, a statement that, in hindsight, raises even more questions.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
It was all laughter and
The Lamborghini.
house, a statement that, in hindsight, raises even more questions.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
It was all laughter in the moment, but looking back, some people have started to question what Diddy really meant. As their relationship continued to grow, Justin Bieber and Diddy were seen together more frequently. Then, in 2015, at the age of 21, Diddy allegedly gave Bieber his first shot of alcohol, an interaction that was caught on camera.
21, man. 21, and we're having our first shot. Justin Bieber's first shot ever. Do not believe everything you hear. It's on the hell of a drink with your big. You can't make it around here. It's yelling on it.
A year later, in March 2016, Diddy was still staying close to Justin. In a resurfaced video from his 22nd birthday, Diddy gave Bieber a Bad Boy Entertainment jacket. Justin kinda looked out of it, but he still smiled as he accepted a gift. In 2020, Justin Bieber sat down for a raw and emotional interview with Zane Lowe. He opened up about everything: his past self, destructive behavior, the pressures of fame, and how his life had changed since marrying Hailey Baldwin. But one moment in particular in this interview stood out. At one point, Justin Bieber broke down in tears talking about protecting Billie Eilish. He reflected how hard it was being young in the music industry, how people claimed to love him, only to turn their backs in an instant. He didn't want Billie Eilish to go through what he did. He wanted to be there for her, to make sure she didn't lose herself the way he almost did.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn. And
Justin knew exactly what it was like to be young, famous, and surrounded by powerful people. He saw firsthand how certain relationships in the industry can shape your future, for better or worse. And now, years later, he was looking back at his own experience, hoping Billie Eilish doesn't end up in the same situations he did.
people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
The moment was eye-opening. Justin has been famous since he was a kid, constantly surrounded by adults, including P. Diddy. Maybe this was his way of subtly exposing that something did happen to him. Maybe looking out for Billie Eilish in this situation was him making sure history doesn't repeat itself. That same year, Justin dropped a song titled Lonely. On this song, he reflected on the dark side of growing up in the spotlight, how fame isolated him, how his mistakes were put on display, and how the industry watched him struggle without stepping in. Everybody knows my past now, like my house was always made of glass, and maybe that's the price you pay for the money and fame at an early age. And everybody saw me sick, and it felt like no one gave a shit. They criticized the things I did as an idiot kid. Was Justin speaking generally about the pressures of fame, or was he alluding to something or someone from his past? You would decide. And then came Diddy's arrest. The entire industry was shocked. There had always been whispers, allegations, quiet talk behind the scenes about Diddy's behavior, but this time the feds came down on him. One of the people many expected to speak out was Justin Bieber due to the close relationship he had with Diddy, but instead he chose to stay silent. According to unverified reports, Justin has been keeping his distance from Diddy ever since his arrest. A source even claimed he's been advised to stay as far away as possible. Despite his history with Diddy, Bieber reportedly wants nothing to do with him. Now, while these claims haven't been confirmed, they wouldn't really be surprising. With everything going on, Justin has been focusing on his personal life, his family, and his newborn son. But behind the scenes, sources say this has been hard for him to process. His past with Diddy runs deep, and now it seems like he's doing everything he can to separate himself from it. And the question is, did P. Diddy do something to Justin? If so, what exactly did he do? This entire conversation is of course speculative, because from the outside looking in, we can never truly know. But what we do know is that Justin Bieber has been mistreated by many adults in the music industry. Over the years, he's been involved in countless situations where powerful figures have said and done questionable things to him as a kid. There are a few instances where Justin was actually essayed by well-known figures, stories that most people don't even know about. What makes it even worse? Well, some of these were caught on camera. Two in particular stand out, and the first one was an inappropriate conversation during his interview with James Corden.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad. Yeah. Wow.
Watching a grown man make suggestive remarks to a 16-year-old kid like this, absolutely disgusting and inappropriate. The second incident involves actress Jenny McCarthy, who literally essayed Justin Bieber on live television. This happened back in 2012 at the American Music Awards. She came up behind him, grabbed his neck, forced a kiss on him, and even grabbed his butt. Now the question is, how exactly did her and so many other adults get away with the, shit they did to Justin? Wouldn't be too crazy because, the entertainment industry has always been a demonic place. What makes this even worse is that when she was asked about it in an interview, McCarthy admitted to what she did. She even joked about it, calling it cougar grape.
How have you been enjoying the night so far?
Great. I just got to knack Justin Bieber and grab his butt. I want some Bieber fever, and I want a Bieber rash. I want it all. Maybe like cougar rape.
Again, I have absolutely no clue how these adults got away with treating Justin Bieber like this, who was just a kid at the time. These are things that Justin Bieber had to go through, and in a lot of ways, it explains his behavior over the years. Because when you really think about it, some of the ways he acted could have been a trauma response to what was done to him. That's just my personal theory. Justin has always been seen as the problem. When Justin lashed out, when he was reckless, when he seemed out of control, he was ridiculed. Every mistake he made was turned into a headline. Every outburst was labeled as entitlement or bad behavior. But what if it was deeper than that? What if the real story wasn't about a spoiled pop star acting out, but a kid who grew up too fast in an industry that took his innocence away from him? I personally don't think that's too far-fetched, because when you kind of take a step back and look at the full picture, it all starts to make sense. Justin might have not been some rebellious pop star going through a, so-called bad boy phase. He was a kid who had been surrounded by powerful figures in the industry, some of whom clearly didn't have his best interests at heart. And that, of course, brings us to Diddy. From the very beginning, Diddy took a special interest in Justin. The extravagant gifts, the 48-hour mentorship, it all seemed like an industry cosign at the time. But looking back, was it really just that, or was there something deeper going on behind the scenes? Then years later, we see Bieber break down in an interview, talking about wanting to protect another young artist, Billie Eilish, from the same things he went through. And now, in the wake of Diddy's arrest, he's reportedly distancing himself completely, staying silent, and doing everything he can to separate himself from that past. It's not hard to see why. Whatever happened behind closed doors, Justin clearly wants no part of it anymore. The truth is, we may never know. But what we do know is that Justin Bieber's rise to fame wasn't as glorious as it seemed. And when you connect the dots, his silence on Diddy might just speak louder than any statement ever could. If you made it this far, you can't leave this video without dropping a like. Thank you guys so much.
Hello. You a Pokemon fan? Yeah. Yeah.
I want to look through my bag.
Sure.
I looked over here. I saw both of these.
They're in Japanese though. Is that cool? So what I do is I do trades at about 80%. So I'm going to add up all the values, and then we're going to look at what 80% of that is, and that would be kind of the trade value I'd be looking at.
Okay.
So that was 43 and 7, so 50. So we could do $40 in trade or $35 in cash. So like if you want one of these, I could also then give you $5. Because you got $40 in trade value, and I'm only asking $35 on that.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna grab those and see which one you want.
I don't know, because the art is insane on both of those.
I'm gonna give you both of them. How about that? That sound good?
Thank you.
Awesome, man. Enjoy. Absolutely. Hello. You Pokemon?
Oh, wow.
Oh shit. SO389 dispatch. I've located the body. The scene's about 50 yards on a trail.
This lone cop just discovered a dead body in the middle of the woods.
What is that? Sounds like it's heading this way. I see some knife up top of the body, carving the blood of the place. 10-4, signal 7. Please send another unit to my location.
What he doesn't know yet is that the lifeless man in front of him has been tortured for hours by the twisted man hiding in this very forest.
Whoever did this, that's fresh. There's a little eyeball right here. There's some creepy shit right here. Smell this right. You don't smell gas right here? Yeah. Are they gonna torch him?
I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. There's something moving around back this way.
He carries 3 or 4 knives on him. He thinks he's Rambo.
You're what?
I'm just like a god.
It's December 23rd, 2022, and Officer Azure has just received a 911 call from a distraught man reporting that he's found his best friend's lifeless body in the middle of the Lake Jackson forest. Officer Azure, along with a group of first responders, quickly arrive at the scene.
That's my friend, man. Okay, y'all stay right there.
Here they encounter Jamie, the 911 caller, and his best friend Robert, both of whom urgently want to show the officer where their dead friend is. Considering the serious circumstances, Officer Azure decides to follow Robert into the forest despite being alone.
389, I'm 1012 with him. Just give me a minute. I'm 1012 with 2. I'm head down to take a look. 361, if you want to come down, and 56 with the EMS in the back. I'm headed down to the scene.
We're gonna go back that way, about 50 yards.
Okay.
50 yards. When I walked over the bridge,
Yeah.
knife was laying on the ground. There's no blood on it.
Did you touch the knife?
I did pick up the knife.
Okay. Well, we're gonna need to get fingerprints from you, okay?
No problem. I walked by the tarp, and you couldn't see James.
Okay.
And then Alan walked by the tarp and goes, "What's that?" And he picked the tarp up with his stickers on his hand, and James was laying there face down, and I dropped the knife and we left.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna need to get a very detailed statement from you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Just because.
I understand.
Well, the thing is, I'm not accusing you of anything, but you have to be ruled out. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
At this point, the officer can't yet confirm Robert's story, but with a dead body reported, he has no choice but to push deeper into the woods. However, alone with a suspicious man he's just met and a killer who could be lurking nearby, the officer knows he must proceed with extreme caution.
You just hang on down right here for me, okay? Let me get up there and take a look. Which one?
Right here, plenty.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then, can you please look in that back stand, please?
All right. Where's the knife?
The knife is on the left-hand side of him.
Okay.
Laying on the ground. He's got a white belt.
Okay. Just hang out there for me, okay?
Jamie was telling the truth. Wrapped inside the tarp is the body of James Leidendecker. He's lying naked in a pool of his own blood, covered in cuts and scrapes. Realizing the severity of the situation, Officer Azure immediately instructs Jamie to head back while he investigates further. That's when Officer Azure begins to hear some unsettling noises.
I'm not sure if it's a person or I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. Sounds like it's heading this way. Hey, LT.
Fortunately for Officer Azure, backup arrived just in time, providing some relief from whatever might have been lurking in the forest.
I mean, there's nothing for y'all to check. He's cold to the touch. All right, we've got knife right here, body here, tents, whole camp spread up back here. We've also got one outstanding.
What the hell are you talking about?
There's 2 people who live in this camp.
And one's not here?
And one's outstanding at the moment.
Did you find the knife?
Yeah.
I got a knife right here.
No blood on it,
Well, there's something right there, but hey, do you still got those 2 guys 10-12 up front?
Yeah, they're standing there waiting for us.
Good, because one that led me back touched the knife, so we need to get his prints and a statement off him. The other one touched the tarp. They found out what was going on and they took off. I checked the camp and he's the only one back here.
I got the name of the person that he was arguing with at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so, and I've got what looks like maybe his clothes right over there. So he's naked and there's some clothes right there on the fire.
As medical staff arrives and examines the body more closely, they observe a brutal manner of death, blunt force trauma to the head, strangulation, and something even more disturbing, gasoline, found in James's lungs and stomach. Detectives are left with a burning question. Why would a victim have gasoline inside him? However, this would be only one of the many disturbing details officers uncover at the scene.
Hey, Seth, take a look at this for me. What is that? Is that just soot weared off on that, or? I mean, it looks awful shiny.
Where he has been stabbed, just from what I can see. But he is butt naked, face down on the tarp with his upper torso covered, so definitely not. And definitely somebody put him here. So I don't know what his face looks like. If he was stabbed in the neck or the face, the blood may be hidden by the tarp. I'm not seeing any obvious blood. Apparently the witness picked up the knife, and the knife has like a Russian string around it. There's blood on it. Yeah, the tarp's brown, but there's blood all over the tarp, like blood splatter.
It looks like, I mean, he was moved post-mortem. You can tell by the way he was dressed.
Oh, he's got his fucking leaf in his ass crack. Yeah. That's hollow down below, you see that? Yeah. That's crazy.
Almost looks like they're carving Odin. This in the one eye. You see that?
Fucking nuts. Artistic.
Smell gas.
Smell gas? Oh, they had to cut that with a chainsaw, right? And it looks like.
You smell gas right now.
Yeah.
By now, officers were certain they had a murder on their hands. The injuries to the body, the bloody knife, and the presence of gasoline all point to one thing. This wasn't just a killing, but a calculated act where the victim had likely been tortured for hours. With this in mind, officers would return to question Jamie, the man who had originally called 911, and what Jamie reveals would soon lead investigators directly to the killer. But before we continue, it's worth noting that tragedies like these injured, your case could be worth even more. Jamie, one of the eyewitnesses, and he would provide them with their biggest lead yet.
So I heard arguing and stuff, so I go through the woods, go to this camp.
So you
I
left.
all back to the camp because, you know,
Right.
homeless people argue all the time about dumb shit.
been a while now, and I haven't heard anything from James or anybody over there. So I go over there to me and my friend that's with Officer now. Go over there, right? So when I walk, get to a certain point, I see a tarp laying there beside this tree, which is never there. I
And
flip over,
inside
the
is-
tarp is, I don't even know if it's James or.
All right, well, we're gonna get it figured out, okay? Do you know James' last name?
Do.
Do you know James' last name?
No, ma'am.
No.
What it is, man, come down there.
Okay. Do you know
Rick
Rick's
is
last
the one
name?
who stays there.
Okay.
No, ma'am, but Rick is the one who stays there. James is a friend of everybody's, but
So I
he was
should be
staying
able
up
to
there with
find out
Dusty.
by his name.
According to Jamie, a man named Dusty McDonald had attacked another man, Rick, with a hatchet earlier that day. See what was going on, they saw Dusty on top of James, wrestling and yelling.
But you're leaving me. We don't want. We had a lot.
No.
Suitcase. Yes. The you got in the suitcase. I bet. Yeah, but what's in the suitcase though?
Okay. So, wait, do they know what we're doing?
Yeah, I told them that we playing like a game.
Alright.
I mean,
Hi,
you
guys.
be talking shit about. You feel what I'm saying? About me and playing games and, and thinking you better than me. No. What's in that suitcase?
Okay. Okay. So like.
You want me to open it? Okay.
Okay, yeah, you like bread, right?
Okay, yeah.
Peanut butter?
Bread, peanut butter.
Right! Add some jelly?
Jelly, okay. Okay, alright, alright. Alright, peanut butter and jelly.
I got some hot onions.
Oh, okay, let me have one. What do you Pat Wills?
No.
Say Slim, thanks for the 50 gifted.
Is it you? I haven't seen you in like.
Where are they, nigga? Why not?
What are the grades?
What are they?
98, 97, passing. Let's start there.
You only got 2 classes?
No, I got 3 classes. But listen, I'm
What
gonna
grade
say
you in?
Huh?
What grade you in?
11th.
You don't remember?
This nigga dumb.
I'm 11.
You only got 3 classes in 11th grade?
Yeah, who food is this?
It's our shit. Don't touch it. Show me your grades and you could get something.
Wait, y'all in a sleepover?
Ain't that right, Gigi?
Oh, y'all in a sleepover?
What?
What did you say?
I said, show me some grades and you get some.
Get what?
Capri Sun. Capri Sun. Yeah, nigga, Capri Sun. Okay.
Maybe you can get some.
I'ma cue it. So we need a quick song. So look, we're gonna cue 2 songs. I'm gonna put one song that's gonna be first. Hold on, what's a song that's good enough for like before we come out?
Like that's quick?
Yeah, that's like 2-3 minutes.
ABCs.
The fuck? What the fuck?
Yachting is one of the entertainment industry's biggest open secrets, with A-list stars, including models, actors, and influencers, being believed to have been involved in yachting at some point during their careers. If you're unfamiliar with the term, yachting is used to describe the practice of being paid to spend time, often on a yacht, with extremely wealthy clients. Over the years, it has become a popular way for women to raise their profile while making some money. However, under the surface, it has a dark history of coercion, sexual exploitation, and human trafficking.
Yay!
The term itself first started gaining traction when The Hollywood Reporter published an investigation into the culture at the Cannes Film Festival in 2013, claiming that models and some Hollywood actors swarmed the hotels and yacht parties during the festival. A man named Eli Nahas, who ran a modeling agency at the time and would later be convicted of supplying more than 50 women to rich Middle Eastern clients during the festival, said, "Every year there are 30 to 40 luxury yachts in the bay at Cannes, and every boat belongs to a very rich person. Every boat has about 10 girls on it, and they are usually nude or half nude. These women are referred to as yacht girls, and they blur the lines between party goers and
Fuck you, suck my cock.
as the general agreement between them and the host of the boat is that by coming aboard, they are expected to carry out favors. But at the end of the night, they are all gifted envelopes full of varying amounts of money. The amount of cash they receive is based upon their celebrity status and what favors they carried out over the course of the evening. According to Nahas, you definitely recognize more than a few names from Hollywood. They tell themselves what they're doing at Cannes is okay, that they're just on dates with girls, include Bella Hadid, Hailey Bieber, and Meghan Markle. But before we get deeper into that, let's ponder why an already wealthy and successful person would consider doing it. As previously stated, the men who own these boats are extremely wealthy, and unfortunately, with wealth comes power and connections, and having a decent relationship with some of these people could take your career to the next level. According to The Hollywood Reporter, yachting your way to stardom happens with disturbing frequency, and even pointed a finger at actress Irina Shayk, who landed her debut role in the film Hercules despite having 0 previous acting credits. And in a stylist article on women yachting, an anonymous source said, "You might see people on the red carpet and have no idea who they are, but there's a reason why they're being elevated. They're being seen, but so is the person who invited them there." They also went on to say, "You often see someone with 1 million followers, always traveling and being pictured on a private jet, and you think, well, how are they doing that? Where are they going and who with?"
The men who are going to be involved in yachting, it's going to be very high up, well-to-do, extremely wealthy men. Well-connected, anonymous, businessman type. You wouldn't recognize their name. You have no idea who they are. They probably own a bunch of companies, got a lot of money. You wouldn't recognize their name.
To give you an idea of just how wealthy these yacht owners are, some of the yachts spotted at the Cannes Festival in 2019 include the Serene, a $500 million super yacht owned by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman that features 2 helipads, an indoor climbing wall, a fully equipped spa, and 3 swimming pools. Also spotted at Cannes was the Eclipse, the second largest super yacht in the world, valued at an estimated $1.2 billion. Once you take a look at some of these yachts and factor in what a relationship with their owners could potentially offer your career, as well as the often 5-figure plus gifts you receive at the end of the evening, it becomes more clear why someone would be open to play along, even if they don't exactly need the money. In 2021, Emily Ratajkowski released a memoir titled My Body, where she details her indoctrination into the cult of beauty as defined by powerful men. Part of this book delves into her experiences yachting, and this made people speculate whether or not Bella Hadid and Hailey Bieber also partake in the business, as Emily has posted videos of them dancing on a yacht together at none other than Cannes Film Festival, the same festival that has become synonymous with yachting. One of the excerpts from Emily's book names one of her yachting clients as Joe Law, a Malaysian businessman who has since become a fugitive on the run after allegedly embezzling billions from the Malaysian state. With Emily publicizing her experience yachting with Joe Law, people began drawing lines between him and other potential yacht girls. For example, in 2010, Joe Law was pictured partying with Paris Hilton in St. Tropez, and in 2019, The Sun Daily reported that Kylie Jenner would be celebrating her 22nd birthday on Joe Law's yacht. This corresponds with a 2015 blind item posted about Kris Jenner and Kylie Jenner.
I found this Kris Jenner, Kylie Jenner blind item from 2015 that is so creepy, but I've never believed something more. We had really hoped that the younger member of this family would avoid all the pitfalls to which the others fell prey. No such luck. she's already in deep. The latest, she is actually being coached by her mother in both the art of pleasing a man as well as how to find one to pay her a lot to do it. We're not talking about a boyfriend or husband here. Talking about yachting. We're talking about professional work. Her television fame and young age are already earning her a significant bonus over others who provide similar services. So that is Kris Jenner literally pimping out her own daughter, who was not 18, well below 18 at the time. Oh my god, and this is when they were filming Keeping Up with the Kardashians. On brand, at least.
According to Daily Mail, Joe Law also sent Kim Kardashian home in a white Ferrari and $250,000 cash in a garbage bag after partying with him in Vegas for a weekend. People have accused Kim of being a yacht girl for over a decade due to her appearances on yachts and seemingly random solo trips to countries such as Bahrain and Kuwait to attend grand openings of the chain restaurant Millions of Milkshakes, a stunt that actually resulted in large protests, which reportedly were tear-gassed by police. It's a little loose, but some people claim these appearances were a cover for what she was actually being paid to do. While on the topic, Kendall Jenner was one of 13 celebrities to attend the grand opening of Hotel Atlantis the Royal in Dubai back in January, where she would be caught on camera in someone's Instagram story. TikTok user and hobbyist lip reader, impossibly asleep, would share with us what Kendall was saying in the clip.
I'm doing some stalking and my lip reading is getting really good. Is this your first or second time? This is my third. My first 2 times were horrible. Horrible. This is so fun.
People interpreted this clip as Kendall bad-mouthing her prior experiences in Dubai, with some speculating what she could have been doing there, especially after the Dubai porta potty story went viral. A story I won't go into, but will summarize as wealthy men flying out young women to Dubai and paying them to eat human waste. There have also been rumors of Meghan Markle being a yacht girl circulating as far back as the early 2010s, with some people even speculating that this is how she met Prince Harry.
She was a deal or no deal suitcase holder, and then all of a sudden she ends up marrying into the royal family. How is that possible?
According to a blind item posted by 3 Days 3 Nights, if you see B actress post scantily clad photos of themselves on social media, this is often a comm that this person is available to rent for a weekend of yachting, typically worth $30,000 for the party. We're about to go off the deep end and enter conspiracy theory territory, but the part about posting scantily clad photos of themselves to advertise their availability is something many people online claim to be a real thing, with some people even claiming that water company 138 Water could be a front for offering high-end escorting services to the wealthy. A 2017 Crazy Days and Nights blind item says, last year she was affiliated with a high-price escort service run by a sleazy paparazzi agent who uses bottled water ads as a catalog of available girls. The so-called Fashion Water is a front company who lists this always broke rapper as a spokesman for the co-owner. A real co-owner is this momager herself. Most if not all of the models posing in these water company ads are available for a price, including this sister of this ex-Disney actress turned escort. Taking a look at 138's Instagram page, all you see are posts of women in bikinis, with descriptions that seemingly advertise the women more than the products they're selling. Excerpts from one of their descriptions include, join us in celebrating the unstoppable energy and incredible vibe of the one and only Nina Svent, Miss European Universe. Nina is a force to be reckoned with. Brace yourselves for a visual feast that will leave you craving for more. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and blown away. Brace yourself because Nina is about to take you on a journey to new heights. People have theorized that the broke rapper mentioned in the blind item is Tyga, and the momager is none other than Kris Jenner.
If you are trying to have a fast track to success, if it's not happening for you, modeling, acting, entertainment industry, whatever that looks like, yachting will always promise you connection. It will promise that you will meet high-up people who are the decision makers for signing movie deals, signing modeling contracts. It might not always be true, but they are going to promise you that you're going to meet some big names.
In a pretty famous blind item hosted by Crazy Days and Crazy Nights, a struggling actress, whom people have speculated to be Vanessa Lenges, details their experience yachting and highlights some of the darker elements while also giving context as to why a seemingly successful person would consider yachting. The blind item says, "I'm an actress, a generally out of work actress. If not for voiceover work, things would be bleak right now. I had high hopes for this past year, but the show I was starring on got cancelled. It happens a lot. I was on a hit network show for a few years, just a reoccurring role. It was on that show that I started talking to another actress. People have guessed this other actress to be either Naya Rivera or Heather Morris from Glee." She continues, "While we waited for a scene to be set up, we would talk a lot. Hours of free time gives you a lot of time to discuss things. It was not that long ago that I was working every week in a pretty good show and making quite a lot of money. Then, the star of the show got tired of acting, and just like that, the show ended, and I was scrambling. I told her this story, and she said I should think about heading to Europe for the summer. She had done it before. The more she talked about it, the better it sounded. Each week, you never know if your job will be lost. Will the show be cancelled? Will the audience hate your character and you get fired? Will you ever get another job if you do get fired?" The actress I was talking to made it sound super easy, and that she only had sex a few times with the guys while yachting, and that it was mostly partying and being arm candy. I asked her what I needed to do, and she said that she would introduce me to the person who can make it happen. She made a call, and that night we went and had drinks with a woman who gets a fee for sending people to model. That's what she called it. She had some fake British accent, which sometimes turned into a fake French accent. You're there to look pretty. A yacht is elegant, and so are you. Owners of yachts like to have parties, and needed to fill those parties with models. Again and again, the word model. Anyway, I was already in. I knew what to expect, and I knew I needed the money. I was treating this like an acting job. I would play the model part to a T. People know my face, people know my work. My fee at the time was $25,000 per episode, and each episode took a week to film, so I wanted $25,000 up front. 2 days after meeting the woman, the money was in my account. On my flight to Paris, I didn't notice any other women who looked like they were models, but when I got to Paris, that all changed. The models are all in the tiniest of bikinis. Most are topless. There was a lot more groping and staring. You would be in the water, and some guy would grab you and touch you. They wanted to shower with you when you got out of the water. They wanted to rub oil on you and have you rub it on them. If they saw some poor model passed out, they would film her and grope her. For the most part, it was a 3-hour sexual assault recorded. I hated it. A couple who were favorites of the people running the tour would stay with those guys in the yacht. The rest of us were 6 to a room in a hotel. By my last night there, half of the women were gone. Some had just quit, some had ended up with a guy they liked, and at least one person from my week overdosed. In 2021, Vice conducted an interview with a former super yacht deckhand who described their time on board as the coolest job in the world on the surface, while in reality, it meant cleaning up after sex parties, orgies, drug binges, and slaughtering animals on board so the food is as fresh as it can be. They also detail a fatality that happened where an anchor chain came loose and cut a leg off of an officer, leading to him bleeding out and dying on the boat.
What the hell? That's the end of the video? Fuck you people. Any motherfucker who ends a video like that, oh man, I'm gonna fuck them. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck all of them.
Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and before we start this video off, would you ever, without a police officer's permission, jump onto their vehicle and start fooling around? Okay, well, you know, if the answer to that is no, congratulations, you have at least one functioning brain cell. But what if I asked you, would you be stupid enough to do it on camera? Well, you don't have to worry about it, ladies and gentlemen, because I actually have a clip here from a kick streamer known as Vitaly Zadoretsky. We'll get to figuring out his name later. Sorry, Vitaly Zadoretsky, okay? Hopefully I pronounced that one right. But let's just hit play and see what we've got to look at here.
Sir, I have a question. I have a very important question for you. Can I shove this up your booty?
What?
Ooh, God, man, you know, sometimes you come across the cringiest shit imaginable, and it just really flashbangs you. So he walks up to a Filipino police officer, asks if he can shove a banana up their ass, and, you know, normally I'm not somebody that signs off for police brutality. I speak very much against it, but here I wouldn't be so against it if they decided beating his ass. But if you thought this was the only thing, let's just go a little further in, okay?
Is that okay or no? Yeah.
Hulihin mo, kuya. Hulihin mo. Hulihin mo yan. Hulihin mo yan.
He's not chasing me.
I know.
Boss, I want you to chase me. Can I have a hug? You mad at me? Okay. Look at that ass. Sorry. I'm gay.
Okay, so not exactly a police officer, ladies and gentlemen, but appears to be just a security guard outside, you know, a pretty popular plaza in the Philippines. Now, if the actual video you saw kind of shocked you, ladies and gentlemen, apparently Vitaly Zadoretsky, okay, one of the largest, I guess you could say, Russian-American prank channels, has kind of been back at it again, and it's to a point where he's currently arrested and facing criminal charges because of some of his crazy benders going on in the Philippines. Now, I know a lot about the Philippines, particularly because I've been looking into Quiboloy for damn near over a year at this point, okay? It's one of my most interesting stories, one of the things that I absolutely love to see, and while Quiboloy is looking for, I guess you could say, some place in office, Vitaly is, you know, kind of popping up on my radar, because as I was looking up Filipino stuff, I was a little bit shocked to see that Vitaly just randomly popped up. Now, for anybody that has no idea about Vitaly back in the day, this is like 10 years ago, and Vitaly was at the top of his game. Like, we're talking videos that got up to like 16 million views, 19 million views, 22 million views. These guys were the first progenitors of like prank channels, and especially taking those pranks into the hood, okay? Now, I would say that for most prank channels, 99% of the shit they make is probably fake. But I'll be honest, in Vitaly's case, I'm not entirely so sure, okay? Vitaly is a truly unhinged individual. Particularly, one of my favorite clips from back in the day was when a lot of these prank channels were going into their homeless experiments, you know, where they were just basically finding a way to give $1,000 to a homeless person and make $10,000 and way more off of fucking AdSense. So if you have no idea about any of this, ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite Vitaly clip. So Vitaly decides to go to Skid Row, Los Angeles. And for those of you who have no idea what the fuck Skid Row is unfortunately one of the largest homeless encampments in the United States. In fact, it is in one of the biggest cities, Los Angeles. In fact, if I drop an old Street View pin down over here, you can get a good idea of like how bad things really are. This is back in 2014, how things used to look. And of course, May 2024, the further we go down, a lot of these tents exist because people, unfortunately, have to live out on the streets here, okay? There's a lot of problems here, okay? It's genuinely unsafe. A lot of people with drug issues. A lot of people down on their luck. And of course, Vitaly comes in and gives them 1,000 turkey sandwiches one day, back 11 years ago. So I want you to listen to this clip. Quite possibly one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
Can you guys look what you're doing to me? Can you guys back out?
Woo! I love that guy. He's like, what's going on with this guy? He's unhinged. Yeah, if you took out the really upbeat music, it really just comes across as this rich asshole being a fucking menace to the homeless. So yeah, Vitaly is just one of those wild nut jobs, and for a while, you know, he kind of went missing. You know, and then I realized the more I looked into it, like a year ago, he was running these uncensored channels. Like, he had his own, like, subscription service off the website. I think he had, at one point, was just filming adult stuff, for crying out loud. And I guess that did so well for him that apparently he was allegedly involved in the beating of a female jogger in Florida, okay? So you know how they say never ask a man his salary, a woman her age? Never ask Vitaly what the fuck he was doing in April 2020 in Florida. Yeah, Vitaly ended up showing up with this ghastly looking fucking mugshot, where apparently a YouTube star here was arrested after he allegedly attacked a female jogger in Miami Beach. So just shy of being 30, he ends up getting charged with felony charge of aggravated battery. The arrest came after a woman told police that she was jogging alone when Zadorevetsky accosted her and threw her to the ground. She told police that the YouTube star straddled her and began punching her repeatedly in the chest, neck, and face. So for anybody that's wondering, oh man, you really don't have respect for some guy like Vitaly? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that I can overlook, but, you know, beating the shit out of a woman, allegedly, is one of those things that just has a unwashable stink, some would say. Now, this was the mugshot that actually got involved into it, and if you look very closely, I'm not a medical professional, so don't take my word for it, but looking closely into Vitaly's pupils over here, I think there might be something that's 100% Colombian in that system, and it sure as fuck ain't coffee, that's for sure, dude. But yeah, no, after this for a while, I thought, oh my god, it's pretty much over for him. And then, surprisingly, Vitaly ends up coming back again. See, on YouTube and the internet, you never really get canceled, and you never actually, in my opinion, really just fall off. Vitaly ended up coming back, and he decided to become a kick streamer, okay? And what was Vitaly doing on kick streaming? Now, Vitaly decides that I'm going to go hunt down predators, and his brand of predator catching is not similar to somebody like Chris Hansen, okay, where there's like law enforcement agencies involved. There's like a whole sting operation going on. No. Vitaly just decides to go stream this shit on camera, and what does he do? Well, allegedly, he throws out what appears to be a fucking flashbang at a predator running away. And yeah, I don't even know if I can really show this on YouTube that well. I don't even know if this will actually get the video taken down because it's so fucking outlandish. But the reality of it is that obviously wasn't it. Vitaly also did target more and more people that were apparently predators in this situation, and I really don't have any idea if like law enforcement is truly involved. I'm also not going to talk out of pocket over here. Maybe he did actually get these things sorted out, but one of the reasons, and I've talked about this in the past with like predator hunting content, it's like, if you ever want to like, if you ever have like the most unwashable stink on you, right? Like you have just controversy after controversy. Not like most YouTubers. I think every YouTuber has went through one or two controversies. But if you're in the fucking world of Vitaly or whatever, where like basically you are the internet villain, the easiest way to come back to the internet and make a absolute shit ton of cash, viewers and subscribers, is to just go after, you know, who everyone hates, which are child predators, right? Like, there is not a single person in the world that I find normal that would just go out and say, yeah, I like somebody that would harm minors. Now, obviously, it's something that everybody can get behind. Now, I've talked about it in the past with people that are making content like this. You know, if it's up to me, like, I would always, you know, basically say, get any law enforcement agent involved. But, you know, Vitaly is part of those content creators that is kind of going above and beyond what they have to do. And at one point, it actually gets into them appearing to assault some of these people on camera. Now, here's the thing. If you do that, there is a very good chance that law enforcement agencies, prosecutors can't actually do anything to a alleged child predator, right? Because if they're guilty of certain crimes, you might have inadvertently thrown their case out when you decided to like assault them on camera, beat the shit out of them, flashbang them, kidnap and hold them in a facility. It's crazy, all right? Like, this part of the internet is genuinely insane. So anyways, where have we come to from here, okay? Why did I give you the Vitaly, like, fucking, Vitaly primer, so to speak? Well, it was because I wanted you to understand, for anybody that had no idea who this person is, to give you an idea of what Vitaly is capable of, what Vitaly is, okay? He's an unhinged Russian-American psychopath, all right? And that's probably the nicest way to fucking put it. So anyways, Vitaly's been on this villain arc, I guess. And so he decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go all the way to the Philippines. So yeah, this clip that I showed you to start off the video with, yeah, it's pretty unhinged, okay? Like, obviously, you know, he's basically fucking around with security over here. People are genuinely a little bit shocked. But it gets to a point where, you know, he starts to absolutely become more of a nuisance in society. I like this one, okay? This is my favorite one. This is like 8-year-old him just going up to random people. Holy crap. And of course, every citizen over here is just like, this guy's a fucking psychopath. This lady's just on her phone minding her own business and he's barking like a dog. She genuinely feels a little threatened here. So what I started to really realize over here is, man, Filipino security is just really goddamn lax, okay? Now, obviously there's been some people looking at this and like, man, is he fucking around with police officers? No, it appears that he's messing around with security guards, you know, basically rent-a-cops, private security, you know, the people you see at the mall, not necessarily law enforcement, but the people that just have probably the worst jobs dealing with these kind of people.
Saan ba ng payment sa kanila or permit is...
No, yeah.
He just grabs that law enforcement, that security guard's hat and just starts running around everywhere. You know, I really do one day wish that Vitaly had the same energy back when he was in like I want to see him try doing this with like an LAPD officer. I remember a while back I saw this one clip of somebody like unholstering a cop's gun. I can only imagine what happens if Vitaly does this with like the most unhinged American cop and ends up effectively being a fucking statistic one day. I really do see that happening because, you know, when I really question the veracity of this person's content, this is probably the only person where I'm actually uncomfortable and I'm actually trying to like hedge my bets, saying that this might actually be real. He's just unhinged enough to not fake any of this nonsense and just become an actual nuisance, a real problem for people around him.
Villain arc is back. Demon time. Don't you want to scan me?
You know, I do that at the TSA and they fucking strip search me for at least 2 hours. That's just fucking unfair. I feel like the security in this area is just a goddamn joke. Now, you might be sitting over there laughing and being like, well, Muda, what's really the harm there? Well, it turns out, according to the South China Morning Post, all these incidents, which appear to happen at the Bonifacio Global City in Taguig City in the Philippines, the actual police spokesperson said that Vitaly Zdorevetsky is arrested on Wednesday by the Bureau of Immigration over being an undesirable foreign visitor. You know how fucking bad you gotta be to be considered persona non grata by any goddamn country? You have to be this unhinged nut job. So he gets up, he basically updates his like mugshot profile picture, and it's just like, place and date of the arrest, Bureau of Immigration's main office, Magellan's Ave, Intramuros. Violation, undesirability. In violation of by operations order number, and then here's the actual like code, in relation to Commonwealth Act 613 as amended. So because he was streaming on Kick, you might be wondering, is he banned? Actually, yes. On kick.com/Vitaly, this green Tamagotchi signifying a 404 error exists, showing that yes, Vitaly is in fact banned after this fact. Okay. All it took was effectively breaking the law and being a complete public nuisance for this live stream platform to react appropriately in the situation. Now again, Vitaly is not basically getting away with this unscathed, because apparently it seems like he is not facing simple deportation. I feel like a lot of these streamers are kind of like enjoying their life because it's like, man, all I'll get is deported, right? It's not like I'm going to go back to the Philippines again. Just deport me back to America. Well, it seems like they're not entirely going to deport him. Apparently, at a press briefing on April 7th here, you got the Interior Secretary saying that Zdorevetsky will not be receiving special treatment while facing charges in Philippine soil. He will remain there for now in the Bureau of Immigration's detention facility in Muntinlupa while he awaits his trial here. So they're actually trying him in the country. We will not deport him. He will be held accountable under the law here in the Philippines. Now, look, I really don't know if the United States is going to get involved. At the end of the day, I believe Vitaly is an American citizen, and to an extent, any country has to at least provide some level of assistance when you are in trouble abroad. Now, how great that, will be is dependent on how important Vitaly really is to the U.S. State Department, which honestly, probably not that much at all. In fact, most of these Kick streamers don't really have nearly the clout they like to viewbot themselves as, so I really don't think that he provides much assistance or much in value for the services that the U.S. government would have to render for him to get the fuck out. Now, the big thing about all this, and the reason I'm talking about any of this, is much like any other nuisance streamer, this really just serves as a bad look for everyone else, okay? Anytime somebody like Vitaly makes North Americans look like trash, we become basically one of the worst tourists internationally. And in an Asian country, whether you're going to like, it doesn't really matter what Asian country, the respect to everyone else is probably first and foremost paramount. In fact, I think that's true for any country on any continent you go for.
Yeah, got a new show for y'all.
Got a damn good show.
All right, so Terrence Howard, he was on the PBD podcast.
Yeah.
Patrick Bet David's podcast, and he kind of goes into what Justin Bieber's going through.
Oh, really? No, you checked in that clinic. But before we get to today's video,
because he was so dynamic in what he was doing. I've never met a better actor in my life that just shuts me up. I'm like, okay.
Nick Nolte was in the movie Warrior with Tom Hardy and Gavin O'Connor, which is, I love that movie, but he was also in Blue Chip. Was he in Coach in Blue Chip with Shaq?
Coach in Blue Chip,
He was in Coach in, wow.
I mean, he was in another 48 hours.
Joaquin was when we were doing, he was nominated with me when we were doing, he was nominated for Walk the Line. I was nominated for Hustle and Flow. So we were in the whole
That's the first time.
That's the first
Did you guys
time.
ever do anything together?
Nope.
Never happened.
Nope.
Dude,
It was me,
this
him,
stuff
Heath
is-
Ledger. He was in the run with us. It was Philip Seymour Hoffman running with us.
That's the same. What
And
four
two of those
names?
people are dead now.
I know. Heath
out
and
of
Philip.
the five, yeah.
Wow.
Out of the five, that was us. So, you know, there's a short life in
Why
the
do you
acting
think
world.
that is with the creative side? Is
Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far, you know? Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what Heath had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of